What else?
So BioWare works on Star Wars, which has a dark side.
Oh,
Dark Side Games, developer of the Phantom Dust reboot, closed.
Destin on fire today, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
That's
what
back
happens
to
when
back,
Marty
2 in a
leaves.
row.
Yeah.
This is like the 3-point shootout at NBA All-Star Weekend. You're just like swishing bucket after bucket.
So the story goes with this. Kotaku reported on an alleged closure of the studio, Darkside Games, losing the contract with Microsoft for Phantom Dust, and then apparently that studio is closing, to be confirmed.
Which is terrible news.
Of course. Microsoft's comment kind of it didn't really express anything about that. It's not their company. It's not their place to talk about it. But
Yeah.
They explained they basically took Phantom Dust away from them and ended the relationship. They broke up with them and took took all their CDs back.
Do we know what happened? Like, was it just too big of a company, or were they not making
They
progress?
might not have been happy. They might have missed milestones. It might not be on track.
Yeah, there could be anything. I mean,
Has to be
it
milestones,
could be
right?
it could be some weird petty decision at Microsoft, or it could be the developer screwed up time and again. We have no idea who.
I mean, Phil Spencer's a smart guy.
Absolutely.
And we're seeing lately a lot of this especially at EA. You look at Andrew Wilson, and that guy is cleaning house. He is making sure that games are good.
which is the correct decision.
They delayed Battlefield
Hardline, yeah.
to make sure it was awesome at launch. They canceled Dawngate because it wasn't feasible for that game to work out.
Canceled Shadow Realms.
Canceled Shadow Realms. Like, they're doing... Like, it sucks when games get canceled, but it is a responsible thing to do. It is...
Provided, hopefully, all those people get to move on to other projects
Of course.
and keep
Yeah.
their job.
But it's a... EA talked about the CD3 last year, and it didn't just sound like them blowing smoke up their own ass. It was like they are player first, and they are doing that by canceling games that aren't on the up and up. So,
I mean, and they've taken their sweet time with Mirror's Edge, which they need to get right. Otherwise, I know where they are, and I will approach
I will
them.
find them.
I will have a Molotov cocktail or two.
all right. Brutal.
No, I'm totally joking.
They're
Don't send the
still
authorities
putting
after
a lot of work on that one.
We know that Criterion has this new IP. They showed
Yeah.
it really early, and they haven't talked about it at all. They're giving them the time to make sure that that is an interesting, cool, new whatever it is. And if Microsoft is taking the same approach to something like Phantom Dust to make sure it's fine and it's good and it has the right developer and it can be a great game, that's awesome. Because if they want to position it as a valuable Xbox One exclusive, it needs to be good. You can't just say, like, oh, here's this old brand that some people like. Like, no,
Right.
they want this game to be huge.
Yeah.
And if it's not going to be huge with Darkside, they're going to take it away.
Well, and that's because that's been Microsoft's first-party strategy for a number of years now. Is they don't have a ton of first-party games, but they're all big.
Yeah.
They're all big deals.
And maybe this wasn't Phil's call, but I don't know. It seems
Aren't
like
they all ultimately Phil's call though?
could be.
I'll have to ask him next time we get to
Yeah.
see him. But
This is the one that was announced by the former Rare guy who
Ken
made
Lobb.
Killer Instinct, Ken Lobb, right?
you love Ken Lobb.
Yeah,
How can you
yeah,
not
yeah.
remember his name?
I was just blanking on his name. I know Ken.
You
He's
love
great.
Killer Instinct, and therefore you love Ken Lobb.
I do love Killer Instinct. I have no idea what Phantom Dust is. I've never
either.
heard of it.
So I will
Yeah.
say that's.
Like, it's not a brand that I see a huge community for.
Microsoft does claim it's still in development. I wonder if at some point we'll see this game quietly go away. And I'm not necessarily advocating for that because I haven't seen the game. I don't know if it's any good or not. But
Yeah.
this was the one that did make me scratch my head at E3 when they announced it. It's like, of all your sort of, Microsoft has a very interesting back catalog of IPs, particularly from the original Xbox days.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Crackdown coming back, sounds good. Of course, that's a 360 game, but yeah, Phantom Dust was just like, really?
And, like, they prefaced it like, Killer Instinct Season 1 did really well, and now we're bringing you Phantom Dust. And I'm like, what? I have no idea what that is.
It's basically like JRPG Street Fighter Magic the Gathering,
Okay.
which sounds great.
Yeah,
guess.
could be cool. But I will
I
say,
don't know.
not
Yeah.
that they'd never announced a release date for this, but this developer shuffle turbulence here pretty much kills any faint hope you may have had of Phantom Dust being a 2015 game. There's zero
Sorry.
chance of that now. Not that there will be any shortage of Xbox One exclusives to play this year between Tomb Raider and Halo 5 and Forza 6 and probably Quantum Break. So yeah, who do we put on this game now, Mitch? You just gave us the elevator pitch version of Phantom Dust. Who do you put on a project like that that's theoretically available to do it?
My go-to is always two devs, if we're talking Japanese devs, because it is a JRPG style game.
Do it.
From Software, always, and Platinum, always.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was jokingly going to say Platinum, but actually,
dude.
I mean...
They're doing Dragon
Scalebound.
Born
Scalebound.
Bound. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Scalebound. Terrible name.
Strange marketing, too.
Yeah. Come interview the devs. We've never shown you a frame of the game. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Platinum's great. They do really good work. They're working on an Xbox One exclusive. If this game is going to go away for a while and get a new dev, maybe Platinum could conceivably pick it up after Scalebound.
Could happen.